In what some are calling the most ironic twist of a story in internet history, I thought this was fascinating and a beautiful example of no good deed goes unpunished. So back in the early 90s, 1993 to be exact, there was a guy named Gary Creeman who had this idea to create a website called Match.com. And at that time, he was looking for love and he felt like it was pretty much impossible online, and he felt like women were overwhelmed with how many men were online, and he wanted to create a situation where it would be a little easier not only to match people, but for women to be able to focus more on the men that they like as opposed to all of the men that were bothering him. So he came up with this idea to create Match.com. He took out $2,500 of his credit and he bought the site. And then eventually the site led at that point to become pretty popular at that time. And there was 1,000 people. That's how it all started. And that's when he knew he kind of had something. And eventually it had more than 100,000 users. And obviously today it has over 39 million. But at that time, before he got to this point, he had a girlfriend and he was wherever he was working. He asked his friends and his girlfriend and his coworkers to try it out to get it started so that they can see what the site would be like. And it was really good. It was so good, in fact, that a lot of his coworkers found matches immediately. And that's when he knew he had something. But it wasn't only his coworkers that found a match. It was also his girlfriend. His girlfriend, after he asked her to help him out by going on there for a trial use, actually found a man and left him.
No. So wait, he's asking her to use it to see if she can troubleshoot, blah, 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 whatever. And in the process, she finds somebody else.
She found somebody else and legit left him for this man.
That is dubious.
Right. And so obviously he was devastated at the time, but he continued with his plan of trying to make Match.com work. And eventually it worked out best for him because obviously Match.com became such a huge success. And on top of that, he did end up meeting someone else who he is now married to and has 2 kids with. But it didn't go without the fact that he had to be lonely for a little bit because he created a match site where his girlfriend left him for another match.
Did he meet his new, the woman he ended up marrying? Did he end up meeting her via Match.com? Because that's the way, that's the best, advertisement for your website.
Absolutely. He did. Yeah. He did. He ended up meeting the woman that he's married to now with the 2 kids years after. It still took years for him to keep building it. But that was what he said was a part of building the site, was he needed the site. That's what made it what it is today, because he had always had this mission to fix things that he couldn't understand. And he couldn't understand why dating was so hard. And then I think he was even more motivated at the fact that his girlfriend left him, so he wanted to find someone new. So in him trying to build a site for him to meet someone else, he ended up inventing a product that has now helped millions of people find someone else.
If I knew Match.com had such a high return rate, I would have been on there months ago, years ago. I would have been swiping on all these Bumble and Hinge dates.
All right, so remind us again, how many subscribers are there to Match.com looking for love?
39 million.
39 million. Okay, so take that into account, because I was curious how much Gary is worth, the founder of Match.com. How much do you think Gary is worth?
There's 39 million users, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say it takes maybe like a dollar or two to join Match.com. I'm going to say
more than that.
Let me say 500 million.
Okay.
I'll say a little less, but I don't think Abby's way off. I'd say about 150 million.
I was shocked by this. And I'm going to use the word only here, but this is still a lot of money. According to the AI overview on Google, 20 million.
Only 20
really?
million?
That's what I thought. I'm like, if you got a Mac, if you create, yes. It says
maybe he forgot to cancel a subscription.
Gary Creeman, the founder of Match.com, is estimated to have a net worth of over 20 million. In 2007, he estimated his net worth to be around 10 million, but it has stated he has continued to work hard and hasn't stopped his pursuit of financial success. But yeah, I figured the person who invented
something not right.
We sold
because it's been successful since 93, and it's a premium subscription started in 1998 for bronze level and go up to $239.98 for a platinum level, and 39 million users. Something ain't right.
I can't read the article because I have to pay.
Wonder what subscription his ex-girlfriend got.
Yeah, right.
The cheater subscription.
Let's see. It says here, I found an article from Business Insider, though I can't read all of it. It said he walked away with just $50,000 when he departed Match, a site that is on track to earn over $450 million in revenue in 2011.
Oh, so he walked away.
I think he did.
Oh, that man
Well,
did
that was
something.
foolish.
Yeah, but I'm not 100% sure because, again, I can't read the article because Business Insider wants me to spend $1 and I'm not going to do that. But it makes me wonder, because I just figured, and 20 million is nothing to scoff at. Don't get me wrong.
Good life.
But it makes...
Not for what that company has had to have made over these years.
Right?
That's insane. Abby, how much would you be willing to pay for a subscription?
Not $20.
That's too much.
Unless it was like a guarantee, which with 39 million users, maybe the odds are a little bit higher than Tinder.
Maybe you got to pay. I don't know.
All right, I'm
We
right
gotta
now.
get to the bottom
I'm
of
in
this, though.
Wikipedia now. I'm doing like this weird deep dive into this guy named Gary.
You know what? Here's a thought. People who are serious about finding a relationship are going to pay. The ones who are looking for just a good time fling are on the free apps.
That's true.
So it might be worth seeing if maybe you'll have more luck on Match.com.
Yeah, if I'm looking for someone in their 60s.
Hey, he's worth $20 million, dude. And look at Bill Belichick's girlfriend.
The Bert Show.